Hello everybody, my name is Zach, and hang on. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm currently doing a master video for you guys. I got Mason's request, and he said that's fine. I got this deck list suggestion a while ago. It is a Meklord Drytron deck, or Drytron Meklord. So if you guys don't know, I explained Meklords already, but Drytron, one of my personal favorites as well, I have a lot of them. But Drytrons is a ritual light machine deck, which, ritual monsters, you need the ritual monster, the ritual spell, and whatever levels you need typically. That's how it normally goes. But with Drytrons, you can use up to their attack points. So let's say I have this guy, for example, he's 4k, right? And if I use the ritual spell, which says I can tribute monsters for the combined attack, I just get rid of 2 Drytron guys to bring him out, which is awesome. Really do love this deck a lot. So, real quick, I want to give a shout out to UA Percentage 7786. He got me interested in it. And then, so he's the one that got me into it. And then the deck list that I'm using is from Fafnir Master Duel. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I will put it in the description below, as if you guys are interested. Basically what I'm doing is that I'm taking this deck list that he made, and I'm just going to do a deck profile on it, like go in depth for you guys. But if you guys want a TCG version of it, I'm down, because there's quite a few cards here that I can't use in real life. Anyways, without any further ado, let's begin. So, I play one, well, not, I'm just going to say it anyway. So there's one Meklord Emperor Weisel. Basically, if a card's destroyed, you can summon him. And then once per turn, he has a negate spell, which is pretty good. And then you play a one Grinnell. Funny enough, if you have 8,000 life points, he is a tribute for your 4k guy, which is actually, like, insane. I think that's why this deck works so well. Because you can just get rid of these guys and it doesn't matter. And then you have your Drytron stuff for later. And then I play 3 Nucleus Infinity Core. Basically on summon you can add a spell or trap. And if it's destroyed, you can special summon the Meklord Emperor from your hand or deck with a different attribute. Which, I'm going to say it right now, I did mess up in our duel. When me and Mason had our duel, I summoned 2 of them with this effect, and you're not supposed to, which is 1. And I do apologize for that. Let's get on to the Drytrons. I'm going to have to read a little bit because it has been a while. But basically, they all have the effect where they must be special summoned with a card effect. And they also have this effect where I can tribute a Drytron or a ritual monster, special summon him from my hand or grave in defense position. And with this guy, I can add a ritual monster from my deck to my hand. And then I can't special summon, except monsters that can't be normal summoned or set. And then with this guy, I can return Vanished Drytron from my grave. So I'm playing 3 of Alpha, I'm playing 1 of Beta, 2 Gamma, which, real quick, sorry. Basically, I can special summon a Drytron monster with 2k attack from my grave. And then I play 2 Zeta, which basically, I can add a ritual spell from my deck to my hand. 1 Delta, so what he does is that I can reveal a ritual monster or ritual spell in my hand, and then draw a card. And then I play 2, oh not me, sorry. I play 2 Drytron Mewtwo. Basically what this does is that if a Drytron is on the field, I can special summon him, and then once he's summoned, I can add a Drytron monster from my deck to my hand, except himself. And I can only use each effect once per duel, once per turn, sorry, but I can't special summon for the rest of the turn except machines. Fun fact real quick, before this card came out, and the other support from Infinite Forbidden in TCG and OCG, there was other ways of playing this deck, such as the Magician of Black Chaos. There's a few other ways too. Well, not Magician of Black Chaos, but like the retrain of it, if that makes sense. And then there's one Planet Pathfinder. We are playing the field spell for this deck, Drytron Fafnir, which I'll get into in a bit. And I play the one Ultimate Bright Knight, or Aurora Alpha. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it is treated as a Drytron monster. And if I control Drytron, I can special summon him Then I can add a Drytron Spell Trap to my deck to my hand, which is useful. And then I play 2 of the boss mod, 3 actually. So I play the one Drytron Millennius Draconoids. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I can virtual summon him. My opponent cannot target him with card effects. And then the total levels of monsters used for it were 2 or less. Then I can attack all my opponent's monsters once each. And then as a quick effect, I can banish a monster from the grave whose combined attack equals 2,000 or 4,000 exactly. Then I can target face-up card my opponent controls for every 2k total. Send that many cards to the grave, which that can come up. And then I play this guy, sorry, I'm sorry. I do have most of these cards, but not all of them. And then I play the other one, the Quatanoias. In TCG, this one doesn't come up too often, but it can help. Basically, my opponent can't target it with spell or traps. And then, if the total ritual monsters I used were 2 or less, I can destroy all spells and traps my opponent controls. So basically, a Harpy's Feather Duster. And then, if this card is destroyed, I can special summon a Drytron from my grave, except itself, whose combined attack is exactly 4k. So, if this dies, I could bring this one back, if it was in the grave, of course. And then, here's the other boss monster. Funny enough, this is the first and only so far ritual monster that's 5,000 attack. But up to twice per turn, when my opponent activates a card effect, I can bash the Drytron from my grave, whose attacker exceeds that monster's attack, and negate it, and then destroy it. And then if it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, I can special summon a Drytron ritual from my hand or deck, which is treated as ritual summon, which is busted. I can get out one of these 2 guys. Do you guys see why this deck's so good? Honestly. And then there's 2 Cyber Emergencies. The reason why I'm playing this is because you can get into you can search any of your Drytrons. It's not just a Cyber card. And then there's where are foul, but basically I can add a level 1 if I control another one, but if I don't normal or summon that monster, I take 2k. So I think none of these guys can be normal summoned, right? This is a normal summon effect. If you do not normal summon, yeah. So either way, I think I'm taking the 2k. Actually, this guy I can, so that's actually a relief. Then I play 3 Dark Ruler no more to stop my opponent from doing stuff during my turn. And then I play, this guy plays the Jack in the Hand. I refer 3 level 1 monsters with different names from my deck, and then my opponent adds one, and then the others get shuffled into the deck. So again, awesome way to get into either my Meklords, but specifically my Drytrons. And then there's 2 Drytron Nova. Basically, I can special summon a Drytron from my deck. This is short during the end phase, but oh well. Then I play 3 Ultimate Slayer. One of the best cards. It's just a way to out an opponent's boss, monster, or any threat that they may have. And then here's the Field Spell. So Drytron Fafnir. Basically, when it's activated, I can add a spell or trap, a Drytron spell or trap from my deck to my hand. And then the activation of ritual spells cannot be negated, so my opponent can't do shit about it. Then once per turn, if a monster is summoned while I control a Drytron monster, I can reduce a monster's level by 1 for 1,000 with the current attack for the rest of the turn. That effect doesn't come up too often. It's mainly the add effect that's like really good. So 3 of that. And then this guy plays the 1 ritual spell. I kind of like 2 or 3, maybe. I don't know. But basically, this is your ritual. Again, if you just have like your Emperor Grinnell at 4,000, and like maybe one of these other guys, you can get out this guy real easily. Or if you just have a 4k guy, you can get one of these 2 out, which is nuts. And then you make one of your Drytron monsters lose 1,000 attack, and then you can add back to your hand at the end of your opponent's turn, to be fair, I think I can see why you play it at 1, just because it can recur itself over and over again. And the 1k attack loss, it doesn't really matter, so yeah. And then I play he plays the 1 Meklord assembly, but basically, when it's activated, I can add a Meklord monster from my deck to my hand, and then I can discard a card, target a monster I control, destroy it. So ideally, you'd want to just destroy this one, your Nucleus Infinity Core. That can either get you one of these guys. Ideally, this one. Grinnell, just because of the Drytron support. And then One Clockwork Knight. Basically, all my opponent's monsters become machine. My machine monsters gain 500 attack while my opponent loses 500 attack. And then basically I can banish it, discard a card, and add a machine from my deck to my hand. So again, Grinnell can come up. And this one, no, that one is a dark. But still, Grinnell, simple. Then this guy plays free Super Poly to stop anything my opponent has. I can summon one of my other guys. And then here's the thing, Call by the Grave and Master Duel is at 2. Unfortunately, it's only at 1. But basically, just way to stop hand traps. Same with Forbidden Droplet. I just discard cards to negate my opponent's effects. So then on to the fusions. I play the one Entis. Basically, when I send to the grave, I can destroy a card my opponent controls, so that can help a lot. Here's one of your Super Poly targets. It's Mud Dragon. Basically, I cannot target it with monster effects, and then I can declare 1, and that card becomes to add. This card becomes that attribute. That effect doesn't come up too often. It's just targeting mainly. And then I play the one Garuya. When it's sent to the grave, I draw a card, and any damage it does is double, so that can't come up. And then I play the one Hirok Selva, the mechanical dawn or whatever. I'm sorry. Basically, if it's fusion summon, I can activate the effect. During the standby phase of the next turn, I can add a card from my grave to my hand. With the effect, I fusion summons a monster so like Super Poly again, which is nuts. And then I can banish a face-up monster I control, negate the effects of the spell or trap my opponent has, or card effect. And then Herald of Art basically when I set to the grave, I can add a ritual monster or ritual spell from my deck to my hand. And then I play the one... Oh god, I'm sorry. Fucko? I don't know how to say it, but unaffected by card effects, I can attach to, and then it can't be destroyed by card effects, and I take no damage. Which that does help get into Zeus. And then this guy is so good. Drytron Meal Delta Farner. Basically, to detach 1, and that detached material becomes a ritual summon, which is incredible. Incredible. And then if it was XZ summon, I can send a Drytron card from my deck to the grave, and then when my opponent activates a spell or effect, I can detach 1, negate the effect, which can't come up. And I play one Downer Magician for overlay to Zeus, because Zeus is just insane. And then there's one Relinquish Animal. You can't make this so easily, but basically you just steal an opponent's monster and it gains that attack, like Cyber Dragon Infinity. One Clockwork Knight, not the spell, but the knight, because when he's summoned, I can grab Clockwork Knight, which is nice. And then I play the one Sky Striker Ace Azina. I basically, if it's special summon, I can target a card on the field, destroy it. If there are 3 or less spells in my grave, I can special summon it back from my grave. And then once per turn, if I attack it with an opponent's monster, sorry, let me re-say that. Basically, at the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, I can banish a spell from my grave, destroy that monster. So that does help a lot. And then I play the one SP to banish my opponent's threats, and then again, this card's legal here, but not in TCG, luckily. But basically, it's a negate, depending on how many materials it uses. But yeah, overall, shoutouts to those 2 guys I mentioned before. I'll leave their channels in the description below. Mason hates Master Duel, says it's killing the TCG. I don't think so. I still think it's fun. But overall, if you guys want me to do a TCG version of this deck, I will. Because some of these cards I do not have, like this one. And there are some limitations, like this card. But I can find a replacement for it, it's no problem. But let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys like this kind of video. Let me know if I did good. But thanks again everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.